So guys, today we got to talk about something, and Paige Bueckers in an interview literally exposed just how bad the referee's problem is. Like, she just exposed how bad it was in a pre-game interview.
The officiating treatment of Caitlin Clark this WNBA season has been nothing less than outrageous. If you've been following the games, you know this isn't just some overblown narrative, it's reality. We're talking about blatant, head-scratching no calls that have baffled fans, frustrated coaches, and left even players questioning what's going on.
In the last 4 games, Caitlin Clark has only been to the foul line maybe 6 times. How do the most ball-dominant point guard only go to the foul line 6 damn times? I don't know what the situation is. If they just don't see the calls or they're just ignoring the calls, at the end of the day, there is a systematic issue wrong with the WNBA, the current state of their referees, and Caitlin.
But here's what's really got me fired up today. One of the very few players who actually had the courage to speak out about this chaos, Paige Bueckers. That's right. While most of the league stayed quiet, Paige stepped up and said what everyone else was thinking but didn't dare to voice.
The Paige Bueckers has come out and says she needs to relearn how to play defense while fouling more, because you can get away with everything with these referees. She literally said she had to forget. So basically, she had to relearn how to play defense while fouling. So, you know, everything you learn about defense, how to play while not fouling, how to move your feet, how to do all this. She had to throw out all the good defensive fundamentals that she'd learned. And now she had to learn to go foul.
This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about fairness. It's about protecting the face of your league. And it's about one rookie having the guts to call out what everyone else sees but refuses to acknowledge. If you've been watching Caitlin Clark this season, you know something's off. The hits she's taken, the contact she's endured, the fouls that mysteriously go uncalled. It's wild. It's unfair. It's flat out wrong. And finally, someone with real credibility in this league had the backbone to speak up.
The worst referees in sports are WNBA refs. There's NFL fans right now going, bleep? What? Did you see the refs chilling for the Chiefs again last year? And look, the referees in the NFL are god-awful, all right? But at least at times it doesn't seem like they're turning a blind eye to potential injury, for crying out loud.
The game against Dallas was a textbook example of everything wrong with how Caitlin Clark is being officiated. There was a sequence where she was clearly fouled not once, not twice, but at least 5 times before a whistle finally blew. Even the broadcast team was stunned. When your own commentators are calling out missed fouls in real time, breaking them down play by play on live television, it's a clear sign something's seriously off.
Talking about this right here where JJ was holding the arm, okay? Then they're talking about this moment right here too, right? She's reaching through the body, reaching both sides, both arms through the body right here. So they're talking about this one. They're talking about right here on the swat down. It looked like she hit her hand just a tad bit here. She was calling this a foul. This is Rebecca Lobo talking, right? She called this a foul. And then we have this hit right here off JJ Quinterly, all right on the arm right here. She calling this a foul too.
Fresh off her matchup against Caitlin Clark, Paige Bueckers dropped some truth bombs no one else dared to say out loud. She confirmed what fans have been shouting all season. The refs are letting players get away with murder when it comes to guarding Clark. Paige even admitted she had to adjust her defense. Learn how to foul, because WNBA officiating is so much looser than what she experienced in college. Just let that sink in for a moment. A rookie is telling us that the professional league is less disciplined about calling fouls than the NCAA. That's not just surprising. That's completely backwards.
I don't know. At this point, maybe NBA referees need to just ref Caitlin games. You know, no disrespect to nobody else, but hell, that's the only one everybody looking at anyways. They need to just do Caitlin games, bro. Because at this point, the way that they're missing these calls are just, it's starting to change the outcome of the game, and it's starting to look very bad, bro. I mean, very, very, very bad. And I don't know, bro. I don't know. Something has to be done. Let's pull up this article right now, though.
If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. Now, here's the most telling part. Paige Bueckers didn't just speak out. She exposed a real issue. She talked about how different WNBA officiating is from college, saying she can get away with things now that never would have been allowed before. They don't protect freedom of movement the same way. And that's not just any player talking, it's the #1 draft pick. And who's been taking most of that extra contact? Caitlin Clark. Paige's words matter. She's respected, experienced, and knows what high-level basketball looks like. When she says the officiating isn't fair, people take notice. And the fact that she said it out loud? That takes real courage.
Learn to go foul. Like, that is, in my opinion, one of the craziest statements I've ever heard a player ever. Like, you can see it here, so I'm not the only one. I couldn't find the clip. Ryan and Rebecca go and extend a rip at the foul. She was absolutely unbelievable criticism. For Paige to say she had to relearn how to defend to be less careful about fouling. That's not basketball. Like, people literally say, oh, it's physical basketball. No, you're just going around hacking people. You're just going around hacking people. That's not foul. That's not defense. Going around hacking.
The pressure on Caitlin Clark this season has been inhumane. Paige Bueckers said it herself. She called out how unfair it is to expect perfection from Clark every night, saying people question her if she doesn't go 8-4, 10 from 3. That's not normal pressure. And what makes it worse? Clark faces that pressure while getting shoved, grabbed, and hit on the court with barely any calls. The refs let it slide. Meanwhile, she picks up fouls for barely making contact. It's a double standard. It's unfair. It's wrong.
That I just came across. I'm like, what are we doing? Kathy Engelbert. She came out. It ain't been that long ago, like 2 weeks ago. Refereeing's pretty good in this league. In what league? What league allows this? Can you tell me what kind of a move that Ryan Howard's doing here to Caitlin Clark? What is that?
The Dallas game was just the latest example of questionable officiating. But this time, people spoke up. The broadcast team called it out. Fans saw it. And Paige Bueckers said what others wouldn't. When ESPN is breaking down missed fouls in real time, and players admit they're getting away with contact that wouldn't fly in college, it's clear things have gone too far. Players have mostly stayed silent. Until now. Paige didn't just complain. She explained the system. She admitted players are taking advantage of the lack of calls. And she called it out.
And Ryan Ruocco was on the air last night speaking about this game. And I'm here to tell you, they was super duper mad, bruh. Let's pull it up right now. Articles has come out about Rebecca Lobo unloading on the WNBA referees, literally counting the fouls out on TV. That's a foul, that's a foul, that's a foul. Guys, this thing is getting spooky, and I'm here to tell you, it's going to keep getting spooky, man.
The Dallas game was just the latest in a season full of questionable officiating. But this time, it couldn't be ignored. The broadcast team called it out. The fans saw it. And finally, players like Paige Bueckers spoke up. When ESPN is breaking down missed fouls live, when opponents admit they're getting away with contact they never could in college, and when coaches and players start speaking out, that's when you know it's gone too far. Players have mostly stayed silent. Coaches have voiced frustration. Fans have rallied. But Paige broke the silence. And she didn't just complain, she explained. She showed how the system works, how players are taking advantage of it, and she called it out for what it is.
How the F is someone supposed to score when this is what is being allowed to happen to Caitlin Clark on the regular? How the F is this defense? Is this the WNBA or NFL? Look, hold on now. NFL. What kind of defense is this?
This is called defense. The Indiana Fever won by 17 points last night. 17. And this is how they played defense against Caitlin Clark all night. Jordan Canada, career game. Over 30 points. She had 6 made threes in the first half. She played defense like this on Caitlin Clark all night, despite the fact that Caitlin Clark played limited minutes, 12 points, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, and helping lead her team to a 17-point win. This is how they played defense on her.